Hi, thanks for tuning in to Garden Hands. Today we're working on a project over at the farm. We're setting up the Hayracks for the first time. This is something new this year. And in a previous video, Dad had made hangers that you could hang on the fence that would hold the Hayracks. So we're getting things set up for these Hayracks. We went around, we laid out all the plants that we're going to be using, got the soil ready, got the baskets laid out where we think we would like them spaced. Then we hung the hangers over the railing. There's a total of 6 Hayracks. We put 4 along this west side, and then there are 2 along the south side of the fence. All the baskets will be in full sun all day long. There are no trees around them. And in another video, we will be installing drip irrigation tubing along this fence line. So that'll make it so these baskets are not super high maintenance. To hang the hangers, Dad had drilled holes in these brackets, and he threaded a bolt through the hole. And you can see here he's got a washer and a nut, and that's going to be on the side holding the hayrack. And then on the back of the bolt is just another nut to hold it in place. He added the washer as a little bit of an insurance policy so that the hayrack did not lean forward or fall off of the bolt. So he puts the hayrack on, and then he's going to adjust it so that the washer is on the other side of the hayrack. They were on pretty securely. There wasn't any wobbling or tipping or anything once they were on. So that was great. The brackets that he had worked on fit perfectly. He did think that he might want to go around and tighten all of them with a wrench. He thought they were pretty secure, but he wanted to just double check. So then they did put a zip tie on. I believe they just put it on one of them for now. They probably will go and buy some black zip ties so that that matches and doesn't stick out. It's just another insurance policy that nothing's going to wiggle around. It's threaded through the hayrack and around the bracket. So now that all the hayracks are set up along the fence, we're going to add dirt. Because these are not edible plants, we just picked up whatever the big box store had for soil. I think Mom did have 2 different types, so she was going to run a little bit of a test. There's one basket that's filled with a Miracle Grow potting soil, and the rest are either a mixture or just this other brand. So we'll see if it makes a difference in how the plants do later in the summer. She's also going to be putting in this all-purpose plant food. It's a slow-release fertilizer. She's going to try to follow a 7 to 10 day water-soluble fertilizing schedule. So these plants should get plenty of fertilizer through the season to keep them producing strong blooms all summer long. So now for the fun part. We have 5 different plants, and each basket is going to have 4 of the plants. So in each of the baskets, we're putting 1 Supertunia Vista bubblegum. This is just a great bubblegum pink petunia. It does spread quite a bit. I know it says 24 inches, but last year we had Supertunias that were growing, 3 feet. They'll hang over the side of the basket beautifully, and they're really thick with blooms. Each basket will also have the Supertunia Vista Silverberry. And this is in the same family as the bubblegum. It's just a slightly different color. So it's mostly white, but it has this darker, almost magenta pink throat or center of the flower and a little bit of veining. So it's actually really pretty. The third plant that we're going to put in each of the baskets is the Supertunia Vista Fuchsia. So again, this is in the Vista family. It's a vigorous grower. It's a little bit more of a corally pink than the bubblegum. I think they should look nice next to each other, and they should produce quite a bit of blooms. So the next plant, and we're putting this in half of the baskets, is the Superbena Royale Plum wine. And this is a sweet little plant. It fits in perfectly with the Silverberry and the Fuchsia and the bubblegum. It's a little bit darker, so it kind of brings a contrast to the baskets. It gets 8 to 12 inches tall, so it's about the same height as the Vistas. And we'll see if it can keep up with how vigorous of growers the Vistas are. It would be great if this would trail a little bit out of the basket. So as I mentioned, every other basket will have 1 of these in them. And then the other half of the baskets are going to have Superbena Royale Chambray. Chambray. And it's just a slightly more cool tone. It looks pretty blue in the picture. It looked a little bit more purplish in person. So we'll see if there's a difference in how they perform and if they can keep up with the Supertunia Vistas. And also we have 4 or 5 different colors of plants. So Mom will have a chance to see if she has a preference for one color over the other, or if she likes a combination of all of these, or if next year she kind of sticks with one color scheme. I believe she is planting them in the same order in every basket. She is going through with the fertilizer and sprinkling about a handful of it in there just to give these plants a great start as their roots get established in this new soil. She's going to plant each of the plants up, and then she's going to water them in. She will be hand watering until we get the drip tube going. So hopefully we only have about a week of that before she's able to enjoy the maintenance-free leisure of having some drip tube. The other thing that she probably will do, some of the Supertunias and the Superbenas were a little bit leggy. She may come through after a day or two and just pinch off above a leaf node, and that will help the plant create more bushy plants. During the middle of summer, she will probably also come through and give everything a haircut. Once they get a little bit leggy, they look less full and lush. And so if you give them a little bit of a haircut, that just helps the plant send more energy into producing side shoots. And you'll have more flowers. It'll be thicker flowers, more vibrant. It's a nice little refresh. So it was great to get this project most of the way done. It's looking great. I think she's going to be really happy with all the plants that she put in here. Thank you for watching. Please like the video, consider subscribing to our channel, and stay tuned for what we have coming next. Bye.